Is it possible that at this point, there's a little politics on the other side that, you know what, you did it to us and now we're going to do it to you? Now, I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's human nature. And when it was the other side, people coming up with things that were absolutely absurd. You know, the one guy gets raided, they go through his wife's underwear drawer, and the other guy has boxes of stuff sitting around. Oh, it was no big deal.
Okay, I have to push back on that, though, because they did give Trump a lot of, they went to Biden, they gave them both the same courtesy of saying, hey, you have these, give them back. And Biden was like, okay, here they are. Mm-hmm. And with Trump, he was like, no.
Well, I think there's some room in there of what presidential documents are, what he was allowed to keep. The FBI was there. They told him to put a different lock on the door, and he did.
Sure.
So this was an argument. That was politically used to jam him and make him look bad. They go to his house. They raid. How many times have they indicted a former president or president? Never. He got indicted 4 times over things that have been overturned now. Cases are falling apart because we see that they were not correct. There could have been something in each one of them, but not enough to indict a president.
Guilty on several felonies, but other than that,
you know what? I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I think you can twist the law, and this is what I think exactly what you're saying goes on. You and I have a difference of opinion, but I haven't come after you.
Not yet.
But if I did come after you because I got the power, and then you got the power
when you're president,
there's going to be tendency for you to go, maybe, you know, let's look into it. Sure. So I think what we're going to do is an investigation, and no one should be against an investigation. Now, you can scream and holler and say, well, it's not a fair investigation. Well, we didn't seem to care about that for the last 7, 8, or 9, or 10 years. We didn't care about fair. We cared about, hey, we got the power, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
So let's do the investigation. And if it turns out the guy did nothing wrong, that 2x4s just cost 10 times as much as they did before, well, that's what happened. And then you move on. But if there's smoke, you should check and see if there's fire. But you should do a legitimate investigation.
Again, no, this investigation is not because of it. They're not going to be investigating, first of all, his actions, which, again, you might be aware of this, but for people listening, the chair doesn't technically, on paper, have that much power. He has about 1/12 of the power of the board of governors, or is that only the 7? I'm looking. Oh, the Federal Open Market Committee. So there's the board of governors, which are like the most important in that committee, which is 7 people, and they all vote. There's 12 people who all chat about what they're going to do. He's one of those 12 people. And granted, he's the chair, but all that really means is that people listen to him. He is the person that people look to, and he might be more respected than other people. He's also up. His position is up in May. So I'm also I'm not sure what this is actually. It doesn't seem to be about interest rates. It doesn't seem to be about his actions, because again, his actions, he only had 1/12 of the power. So what it seems to be about is just like, did you lie to Congress about your renovations, which feels very odd to me.
Right. Now, what do you have as someone who's done investigations? What do you find in an investigation? It looks on its face like there's nothing here. It's a building and it costs more money. But then you don't know what text messages there are. You don't know what contractors have been caught up in something and came forward and said, you know what, we shuffled money off to this person because if we didn't get the job. You start to find all those things. And then I go in and I testify, they were on the up and up, I pay everything. And you turn out you didn't. And that's why you investigate, because just what you see on the face doesn't mean that's what exactly happened. So do I think there could be a little payback? Of course, it seems like that might be part of it. But if there's nothing there, there's nothing there.
Sure.
If there is something there, then they have to be held accountable.
And I won't read them now, but many, many Republicans have come out and said, there's no chance that Jerome Powell is a criminal. There's no chance that he lied under oath. There's no chance that he did this intentionally. And like you said, we'll see.
Right. And my final thought on that is, whether you're Republican, a Democrat, or conservative, or liberal, people will speak to things on what helps them. Yeah. So we have lots and lots of people on the right and on the left that don't like Donald Trump. And this Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. I thought it was just a thing to say. It is absolutely real. And I think people on the right are also, they got good, cushy lives. And, you know, this guy's rocking the boat. So if I can throw a dart at him here and there, why don't we line up as Republicans like they do on the left? On the left, they circle the wagon. It doesn't matter
I would
what the
disagree
person
with
did.
you. As a
they hang on.
democratic socialist, I disagree with you hard.
Well, it's been my experience to see them. You
Sure.
hear the same talking points. They rattle off the exact same words on every news broadcast. Every politician says the same thing. The Republicans don't do that. We're in a circular firing squad. We dying to jump forward and say, I don't agree. I wouldn't do that. Get them, right? The Democrats don't do that.
Yeah.